Ever wonder what the same budget might do across 3 different Oro Valley neighborhoods? Today, we're going to tour 3 neighborhoods with homes at about the same price to show you how location can change your space, your views, and your lifestyle here in the beautiful Oro Valley, Arizona. If you're new to this channel and want to learn everything from A to Z about living in Tucson, AZ, then click subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Tucson, Arizona. Hi, I'm Dustin Smith. My wife Jennifer and I have helped hundreds of people just like you move to and from Tucson, Arizona. So whether you're planning on moving in 12 days, 12 weeks, or 12 months, we got you covered. Give us a call, shoot us a text or an email, and we'll help you make that smooth move to Tucson. So in today's video, we are gonna focus in on Oro Valley, 3 homes or 3 different neighborhoods with homes at the same price point. We'll start off by giving you just a little bit of insight into the Oro Valley area, just some general information. We'll keep it brief. And then a little bit of information about the housing market stats out here, what you can expect if you're looking for a home in the Oro Valley area. And then the best part, boots on the ground in these 3 different neighborhoods to kind of show you around the neighborhood and give you an example of what a home in that price point might look like. So I think if you're looking for a home in the Oro Valley area, even if it's not at this price point, it's gonna be useful just so you can kind of get a temperature check on the different areas in Oro Valley. Let's do this. All right, Tucson is kind of a city set between the mountains, also known as the Sky Island. So, beautiful tall mountains kind of surround the Tucson area, and a lot of your top suburbs are gonna be along the Catalina Mountains. So Tanque Verde, the Catalina foothills, part of Casas Adobes, and then up into Oro Valley and then Catalina to the west. So Oro Valley being to the west of the Catalina Mountains, a lot of people are gonna want that east-facing backyard to capture some of the mountains. And now, sorry, I'm here in the morning and looking out to the east. Of course, we have a pretty big glare right here, but that rock face behind me is Push Ridge. That is one of the most famous rock faces of the Oro Valley area. They have an expression out here, when the mountains turn pink, it's time to drink. So if you like a good cocktail, people are going to be talking about that in the afternoon, and you're going to hear that periodically. Oro Valley is going to be about 20 to 25 minutes north of Tucson. So it is actually its own incorporated town, separate from that of the city of Tucson. And with that, you got some pretty good amenities out here. Of course, you do have your own police force, but you also have a beautiful aquatic center. So you have water slides there. It's appropriate for all ages. You also have a separate rec center and fitness center, 2 18-hole golf courses right at that rec center over there. Great place to just go meet up with friends or, go and just, stay in shape. Those amenities are at your fingertips out here. Some other key advantages of the Oro Valley area, since it is incorporated as a town, even though you're separate from the city of Tucson, you do have all of your major shopping out here, all of your grocery stores and regular day-to-day needs. You're gonna be out here. Going over to the Marana area off to the west, you have your Costco and your Home Depot off over in that area. Quick access to I-10 that way to head up to, Phoenix. If there's stuff you want to go do in Phoenix, a lot of people will go up to Phoenix for concerts or for different, shopping needs that we don't have here in Tucson. IKEA being, an example of that. We have pretty much everything you need in Tucson, but there are some big retailers up in that area that you go visit. Well, we don't have a Bass Pro Shop yet, but we do have one that's being built, and they've been talking about it for years. So if you like Bass Pro Shop, you might be going up to the Phoenix area as well. They also have, great outdoor recreation out here. So you have the Catalina State Park out here, which is endless trails that actually go into the Catalina Mountains, connect with different trailheads that go through all the suburbs that wrap along the Catalina Mountains. I mean, you can basically get all the way out to the Rincons far east of Tucson through these different trails if you know where you're going and you are able-bodied and able to do that. So, big advantage there. You got Honeybee Canyon too for some additional hiking and cycling. Speaking of cycling, Tucson, the Loop bike trail, that is going to be over 130 miles of paved bike trails, and they're adding on to that all the time. Last I checked, it was 130. It could be more than that by now. I wouldn't be surprised if they've added, several more miles to that. Some quick information on the housing market out here. So we'll start off with what has sold in the last 6 months. So in the last 6 months, 443 homes have sold with a median sales price at about $550,000. Now on the low end of what is sold, you have a single family homes anyways, 225,000. On the high end, 5.6 million. So yes, a huge spread as to kind of, typical, regular housing out here versus some really high-end luxury homes. 5.6 is going to be one of the highest prices sold that you'll see in the Tucson area. Now, I know it's not all about what has been, right? It's what is available right now if you're looking for a home right now. So right now there are 230 single-family homes listed in the Oro Valley area with a median asking price of $594,000. So kind of that's going to be like the center spot where a majority of your homes are kind of going to branch out less or more. And then on the low end, the lowest single-family home asking price right now is $310,000. I know that $225,000 that you heard on what has sold is not out there right now. Maybe it'll pop up, down the road. You can keep an eye. I think those lower prices are gonna sell quick, even if the home's not in great shape. And on the high end, the current high asking price is about $4.9 million. So still a lot of stuff in that luxury price range. I know a lot of times when I'm out doing videos, especially out here in Oro Valley, I find a good trailhead to give you guys a good backdrop for what's going on. So just in case you're wondering, going up right along the Push Ridge right here, this is the Vista trailhead over here. So I'm only less than a quarter mile in right here. I just wanted to get a little bit closer to the mountains. That way it would be a bigger part of my backdrop. So now that you guys have a little bit of information about Oro Valley and the market out here, let's actually go check out a couple of these neighborhoods. So I might be starting in one of my favorite neighborhoods. So I'm over here in La Reserve, which is kind of in the northern end of Oro Valley. And this is gonna be east of the Highway 77 Oracle Road. So we're closer to Push Ridge, and you can probably see that in the background right there. Stunning views of that throughout the neighborhood. Not all of them are gonna have amazing views because of how many hills there are in the neighborhood. So, you'll be able to enjoy them while you're in the neighborhood, but it kind of changes, and it is guard gated, and they do have a community pool right here too. So today's price point, we're focusing on the right about $600,000 home price point for homes. So this one behind me right here is listed right at $590,000. And with that, you have a home that is 1,631 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, built in 1992. That's listed with Long Realty. Now they've done a lot of updates in there. The kitchen's modern, the primary bedroom, and they've done an amazing job taking care of that. I mean, just on the outside right there, you can see the windows are newer. You can see they have fresh paint on it. They're really, doing what they can. So, just to note that too, this is actually going to be the smallest home that we're talking about today. So, this is one of those neighborhoods where as far as space goes, your money's not going to go as far, but you get these beautiful Push Ridge mountain views throughout the neighborhood, and, your guard gate and everything that goes with that. Just overall, a beautiful community to live in. So let's go check out a couple more. So we went from the smallest home of the day to the largest. So I'm over here in Rancho Vistoso now, which is the largest master plan community in the Oro Valley area. So, we have homes going back into the 90s, and they're actually still building. So you'll see some brand new construction in Rancho Vistoso even still. Rancho Vistoso is actually going to be a couple miles further to the west, so a little bit further away from those mountains. But the mountain views here are still absolutely stunning. I mean, they're going to look gorgeous from the backyard. You may not be at the base of them, but you're still pretty close, and you're on the other side of the hills right here. So you do kind of have some lots that just have that downhill slope where nothing is in the way, facing off towards the Catalina Mountains and Push Ridge over in that direction. So this home behind me is listed with AZ Realty and Rentals. It is 2,713 square foot. They're asking $599,990. So basically $600,000 on this home right here. You do have A lot of tile and laminate floor in there, as well as carpet in the bedrooms. And you know, kind of a funny thing about this, the backyard is absolutely beautiful. You have a built-in pool back there surrounded by travertine tiles, and you have turf. So when I was looking at the listing picture, they had over 13 pictures back there of the 48 pictures that they have that are focused on the pool and the views that you have from back there. So this does have the downhill slope to where you don't have those immediate rear neighbors, and it just opens up the views towards the Catalina Mountains. Now, it's kind of facing a little bit to the north right there, but still east towards the mountains. So not directly at Push Ridge, but it's still, you're gonna have some of those views while you're in your backyard. Maybe not, you know, from your living room out the back windows, but when you're in your backyard, when you're in that pool, you'll be enjoying some of those views. So yeah, Rancho Vistoso is a great neighborhood. You are gonna have like a lot of pocket parks. You're gonna be a little bit closer to that Oro Valley Aquatic Center, and a little bit closer to the rec center, some of the golf courses and things as well. So if you're looking in Oro Valley, there's a good chance you're gonna end up looking at homes within Rancho Vistoso. But I got one more community to show you guys. Let's keep rolling. All right, I'm at the final neighborhood of the day. I'm over here in Kenyatta Hills, which is another large master plan community for the Oro Valley area. A little bit further to the west than Rancho Vistoso, but still some beautiful mountain views if you get the right lot within the neighborhood. And one of the nice things about this neighborhood is it does actually have one of those golf courses that I was mentioning near the rec center that kind of runs through the community. Some parts of the community are gonna have golf course views, mountain views. Some of them are gonna have both. Overall, it's just a very pleasant, beautiful neighborhood to go in. And as far as an example of what's for sale in here today, that $600,000 price range, have this beautiful home behind me listed with Long Realty at $599,000 right here. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, 1,890 square foot. So we're kind of in the middle of that square foot range that we've been looking at today. But this is also the biggest lot of the day. So the last property we're looking at was 0.15. First one was 0.11 acres, and this one's actually 0.24. So just overall more space. And this community kind of feels that way in general, where a lot of the lots are a little bit larger and kind of opened up as you get away from the mountain over there. So yeah, this home, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, it does have a built-in pool with a solar water heater, newer air conditioner. So a lot of those, important things that you're worried about for buying a home that is, 26 years old at this point have been taken care of. So yeah, those are the 3 neighborhoods I really wanted to show you guys today, kind of give you an idea what's going on out here in Oro Valley, close to that median asking price. So thank you guys for watching today. I hope you found the video useful. If you did find it useful, if you haven't already, hit that like button, click subscribe, tap that bell for notifications, and we'll keep you updated on the current market in Tucson, Arizona. And more importantly, if you or someone you know is thinking about moving to or from Tucson, Arizona, give us a call, shoot us a text or an email. We'd love to help you guys make that smooth move to Tucson. And thank you guys for watching. We'll have more videos out for you soon. Thank you.